Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Since today's reading is very long, I'm just going to read the part that we're going to reflect upon. That's Matthew 5:21 to 26. Listen. Jesus said to his apostles, "You've heard that it was said to those of ancient times, 'You shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment.' But I say to you that if you're angry with a brother or sister, you will be liable to judgment. And if you insult a brother or sister, you will be liable to the council. And if you say, 'You fool,' you will be liable to the hell of fire. So when you're offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother or sister, and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you're on the way to court with him, or accuser might hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you will be thrown into prison. Truly, I tell you, you will never get out until you have paid the last penny." The Gospel of the Lord. Jesus' Sermon on the Mountainside is one of the most famous and greatest sermons ever preached. And Jesus prefaces a lot of his statements with, "You have heard it said," following it up with, "But I say." It puts a lot of the things that the Jewish people believed into proper perspective as he clarifies their laws, adds to them, or explains what lies at the heart of them. In this passage, he puts anger into correct perspective, equating it with murder. "You have heard it said that murder is evil," he says, "but I say that anger is evil too, and that merits severe judgment too." And if you, like Jesus' Jewish listeners, wonder if Jesus might not be exaggerating, he takes it further still. In fact, he says, if you call somebody a fool, you will be liable to hellfire. Whoa, that's super crazy. How are we to understand this? Are we to take it literally or what? First, Jesus is not saying that the punishment for both offenses is the same. He's saying that they're both grievous offenses. But why? We call people fools all the time. Let me try to explain by asking you a question. Do you believe murder is sinful? That it merits extreme punishment? Why? Because murder is taking the life of somebody who is created in the image and likeness of God. Now, verbal abuse is also denigrating somebody created in the image of God, and God does not like it. We're given mouths to glorify God, not curse his people. As James writes, "With our tongues we bless the Lord and Father, and with it we curse those who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth comes blessing and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this ought not to be so." And then, without making peace with those we have offended, we approach their Father in heaven with our gifts. Do we really believe he wants to accept them? I mean, think about it. This is just common sense, really. How can we call our spouses all kinds of nasty names, accusing them of doing all sorts of vile things, or being abusive to our children, using language we would never use in civilized company, and then go to God with our offering of praise? Jesus is saying, make peace now, my friend, with those you've offended. Otherwise, be prepared for the consequences. They are going to be quite terrible. And because anger is the root of this, let us cut it out, shall we? God bless you.